What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Dudes Who Bet Daily, March 4, 2023. We got three major preps for the Kentucky Derby race. The college basketball slate is absolutely freaking wild. We actually like a couple hockey games as well. It's going to be a fun one here. Early start, though. Got to say, the 8 a.m. first post on the West Coast, a little rough, Magic. Not sure how you've been doing this all year or years.
Some days it's easier than others. Last night, didn't get a whole lot of sleep, so it's definitely a rough one today. I'm still sitting here rubbing my eyes, looking up to the mark. Won at Gulfstream in race 3, 5.5 seconds for that final 16th. That horse was literally screaming down to that. We were watching it live and going, "Oh man, that is such a strong kick." 5.5 seconds. Are my eyes right?
That could have gotten weird if he didn't kick, because we would have been live in the pick 5 with the 2 horse who was 22-1 after my boy Smoking Jay got it done. Papa dude, Smoking Jay.
Good for you, Mike. Good for you.
I stabled that horse up last June as a stable him up video. I think it might have been like the second one I ever did, Magic. Do you remember? It was the first or the second?
It was, yeah. I think it was the second one. I think you're right.
And then they entered the asshole in the Haskell. Like, what are we doing, guys? Why are we entering first winner in the Haskell? Absolutely killed me. Been waiting for this horse to come back. Finally got him on turf today. Got home 9-1, so that was kind of nice. Good start to the day. Hopefully, it's uphill instead of downhill.
It's going,
yeah. Just keep it rolling. All right, let's kick it off here with some college basketball. We got Tennessee heading into Auburn. Auburn laying 2.5. Total sitting at 129.5. Interesting note on this one. Want to make sure I mention it for anyone who doesn't know this. Tennessee's starting point guard out. He got injured in the first half of the last game. He will not be playing for Tennessee. Makes an offensively struggled team even more worrisome. Wouldn't you say, Papa Dude?
That's why I didn't take this game as my best bet. I was going to, but when you lose your starting point guard and you're going on the road in a hostile environment against a team that has to win, they really need to win. Auburn needs this to get in. I can't believe they're on a bubble, but they are. The reason why I almost took it, if you watch the Alabama-Auburn game, whatever night that was, it was either Wednesday night or Thursday night, they left it all out there. Auburn blew a 16-point lead, but it wasn't so much they blew the lead. It was Alabama took it away from them. It's a great game. Don't know whether they have anything left, but Tennessee's suspect scoring. They don't have their point guard. I had to stay away from it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tennessee doesn't beat them.
I played Auburn -2. I don't think Tennessee's going to be able to score very much in this game. Auburn needs this one to make the tournament. So I took a little piece of the home team here. I kind of like the under as well. I haven't played it yet, but I've been looking at it all day just because you have the injured point guard on a team that can't score anyway. Auburn plays some pretty good defense. So I think Auburn in the total under here are possible plays. Aaron, did you make any here?
I don't think you can doubt a wounded cat, and that's what Auburn is right now. They are a wounded bunch of Tigers. A wounded cat. Don't ever doubt them. They really need this win here. So the Tigers are wounded. They're beat up. Heartbreaking loss. They get Tennessee at home. And I don't like it when your point guard is gone from a road game like this in a hostile environment. That makes a big difference. I don't care what level you're at. Give me Auburn today. I hate Auburn. I hate Tennessee. I don't like either one of them for the tournament. I don't think either one of them are that good. But today, give me Auburn.
Magic?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Aaron. They've won their last 2 home games, 3 of their last 4, and they're back home after a 2-game road trip when they lost both of them, including in overtime at Alabama.
There we go, Magic. Nice and succinct today. All right, next game. I was shocked by this line. TCU -2 going into Oklahoma, total sitting at 143.5. Aaron, why is TCU only favored by 2?
Because Oklahoma's going to win this game. That's why. I've got the Sooners today to pull off the upset. Listen, if Dr. Tang's taught me one thing, well, he's taught me a lot of things, but the one thing he's taught me, you see a fishy line like this, take that home dog. I'm going Oklahoma today. We're going to get a big win. This OU team at times has been able to beat a team like TCU. At times couldn't beat Magic and 4 other people. Let's go Oklahoma today. I think we're going to do it. Listen, I listened to a show called Sharp Money, and Mike Somich talked about Senior Day. It's Senior Day today in Norman. Give me the Sooners.
Yeah, it was a fun show yesterday. Got 3-1 on that show. Well, we'll take that all day. Unfortunately, I picked a horse on this one. Come on, Mike. You do better. Papa Dude. Aaron rarely picks Oklahoma. Are you going to?
Well, first of all, it is Senior Day.
That's right.
But they can't wait to get rid of those seniors down in Norman. there won't be 2,000 people there at the game today. You want to know why? Because the world champion softball team is playing at the same time, and that's where everybody will be actually seeing a great team. Okay, this is the kind of game, though, that Oklahoma wins. I will say that TCU's coming off an extremely emotional win over Texas. They don't necessarily have to win this for any particular reason. If OU plays well, I see where you're coming from, Aaron. They're not going to play well. I go TCU.
Yeah, give me them Horned Frogs, baby. I don't think Oklahoma's competing tonight. Magic, who you got?
Yep, TCU, a win tonight. It's their first winning conference record for the Horned Frogs since 2000-2001. So they have something to play for. They need to build momentum here. Go with TCU. Sorry, guys.
What's up, Don? Yeah, there will be horse racing. Don't you worry. We're going to get to the.
That's why I'm short and succinct. Let's get to the meat of it.
San Felipe here. We got a busy day of action today. But before we get to horse racing, we got a couple more college basketball games,
right.
A couple of NFL games, and then we'll get there. Don't you worry. Kansas going in to take on Texas Tech. Top 10 matchup here. Texas -3. You got to take the comment down so I know the total, whoever did that, you dick. Total's 149 here. This is a wonderful game here in the Big 12. Kansas first in the conference, Texas second in the conference. That's a tough spot here, Magic. Who do you like?
Ooh, I like the over on this one here. I think it's going to be a real banger. I know Dr. Tang, I put it up, sorry, a little premature there. Texas is Dr. Tang's one of his best bets today, too. I like that one. Kansas pretty strong on the road. They're 7-3 away from their home court, but Texas is 16-1 at home. I would lean Texas. I like the over, boys.
I kind of wanted to take Kansas here. I'm not going to bet it, but I don't really like this Texas team that much. What do you think, Aaron?
Texas today. I like Texas today at home. It's kind of a, last game of the year before we get to the conference tournament type of thing. I just think this is a good spot that Texas is going to get a big win in this spot. I think if they say meet up in the conference championship game next week, I'll take the Jayhawks all day. I think this is a good spot. They might catch Kansas napping a little bit. Give me Texas -3.
Papa Dude?
Aaron, did you research to see if Texas likes their seniors?
That's senior day also. That's right, in Austin. Big senior day. Yes, they love them.
Yeah. You think?
Well, they actually probably recruit, and they all are freshmen, and they get guys that can actually play instead of OU. That's 4- and 5-year players. So
you can get Kansas right now at 4 on Bovada.
So Papa Dude likes Kansas.
I do. I never bet against the Jayhawks. Doesn't matter where Kansas is playing. They can play a Big 12 game on the moon. I never bet against them.
I will say this, Texas, not a softball school like Oklahoma. So they will actually show up for senior night there. All right, one more matchup here. Arizona taking on UCLA. UCLA laying the 5 at home. Total sitting at what I think is a kind of high 148. I lean toward taking the under here. Magic, who do you like here on the West Coast?
Ooh, UCLA 16-0, perfect at home. Let's keep it rolling for Dr. Tang and his Bruins.
Papa Dude?
I'll second that. I think they beat them. I don't like Arizona. They're not that. Although they did win a very impressive game against USC on Thursday night. That was a good win for them. They're kind of up and down. When they're ready, they play well. They will be ready today. I don't think they can handle UCLA. That point spread might be a little bit much. You might bet Arizona +5, but I think UCLA wins.
And Aaron?
UCLA, they're my team to win the national championship. So I'm going to take them here. I take them every time we do it on the show. I just feel like they're far and away better than anything in the Pac-12, and I think they're going to be able to be a really good team come tournament time. Give me UCLA today.
I will take the under. I'd lean UCLA as well, but I'm not going to touch it with the 5 there. All right, let's head over to the ice. We've got the Penguins headed in to take on the Panthers. Panthers -130, total sitting at 6.5. I'm going to start with you, Aaron, because I was surprised that after Magic stole your best bet, the over in this game wasn't your best bet.
That's pretty funny because it was between 2 games for the over today, and this was one of the 2. We play the Panthers over a lot, and we've played Pittsburgh over a couple of times here recently. They can put it in the net, and Pittsburgh really struggles with goaltending and defense at times, and Florida's got a very good offense. The captain's out again for Florida tonight, though. That was kind of one of my things where I just decided I better not do it. I did take the Florida Panthers to win this game. if you're going to bet an over-under, I do think over 6.5 is the play. So give me the Panthers and the over.
Panthers have 27 regular season losses, 17 of those by 2 goals or more. They've given up the second most empty net goals in the NHL. I'll take the Penguins minus the goal and a half plus 320. I'm going to take because I would pick the Penguins here, but I'm going to lay the goal and a half because the Panthers suck with an empty net. You mentioned their captain's out. They like giving up goals. So I'll take a huge plus here with the Penguins minus the goal and a half. Magic, what do you like?
Yeah, I'm with you, Somich. The Panthers are struggling a little bit. Penguins, 4-game win streak, which is the best they've had of 2023. They're starting to finally heat up after a pretty rough middle of the year there. 2 of those victories in overtime on goals. So if you like the over, that's going to help you there. And then also they got 2 of those wins were 2 straight against the Tampa Bay Lightning. You know, they've won 2 Stanley Cups in the last 3 years. So if you go in there and you know, take 4 points back to back or in a short stretch, I should say, against a team like the Tampa Bay Lightning, who don't look terrible this year, that's a big sign to me. So yeah, Penguins in the over.
Papa Dude.
I think it's a good game to take the underdog. Don't bet the Panthers at minus 130. They're too unreliable. It's a huge game for both. The Panthers are just barely hanging on to hope, and Pittsburgh's not quite in there yet. I think it's a good one to take the underdog and go with the Penguins.
All right, let's move on to Boston here in what could be a Eastern Conference Finals preview. The Rangers, who have absolutely loaded up at the deadline, headed in to take on the Bruins. The Bruins minus 175. Total is sitting at 6 here. I mean, there's so much buzz around the Rangers, Aaron, because of the Kane and Tarasenko pickups. The Bruins have just been so consistent all year. Are you willing to take plus money with the Rangers here? And second part question, are the Rangers going to be better the longer they have these guys? So you're more interested in them in the playoffs than right now?
You hit it right on the head. Give me Boston tonight. I think they get the job done tonight. Listen, Sylvan, I'm 100% with you. The over in this game. I nearly took the over here. 6 goals. Listen, the way the Rangers have bolstered that offense, they're going to get some goals. Boston can really score as well. I think the worry is that Boston's so good defensively and in net that when they're playing, anytime they're playing, it's usually 6 goals because of that factor. But with the Rangers, I do think they'll score some goals tonight. I do like the over, but I like the Bruins. Give me a little time here. Sometimes these veterans, they show up, and it's going to take 10, 15 games before they're really gelling. So you need to give the Rangers a little bit of time. I would not jump all over them just right off the bat here. Give me the Bruins. They're the solid team. They're still probably a little bit better than the Rangers anyway, and give me the over.
Papa Dude?
I think the Bruins are getting tired of hearing that the Rangers are going to be the team to beat. And we're hearing this a lot. And I think they come out tonight on fire and shut them down. I would say they're going to – I wouldn't mind betting the under on this. I could see them beating them like 3-1. I really can. I think this is one of these playoff type games because I think the Bruins are wanting to show the Rangers, hey, not so fast, friends. Look who's got all these points we do. So I'm going Boston tonight.
This was my first period under. I agree with Papa Dude. I think this is going to be a pretty tight checking game early. I think it could open up late. I think it could get over the total here if the game, specifically in the second and third, opens up. But I think this is 0-0 or 1-0 either way after the first period. I'll take the first period under a goal and a half plus 125 in here. Magic, what do you like?
Boy, I don't know how you don't love the Bruins. I mean, they just added Tyler Bertuzzi was their latest addition. He's making his debut for Boston tonight. I think they steamroll the Rangers. That the total, I'm not sure about that if we get to it, but you got to be careful. The Bruins are so good. Sometimes even their goalie does his own job, like putting them over the total, right? It's not just like, I'll stop them when they come this way, but I'll help you on the other side there. So, Linus Ullmark, already the Vezina winner, then decides to score a goal on top of it.
I think Magic mentioned something interesting there. You have the Vezina winner for the Bruins, who's going to win it this year. He's minus a ridiculous number there. And the Vezina winner on the Rangers side from last year as well. So you got 2 phenomenal goalies that are going to be set in this one. Interesting that this game's getting buried as well, because a lot of people are not going to watch this because of everything going on in college basketball, UFC, horse racing. It gets lost in the shuffle a little bit. All right. Let's move on to a couple races today. We've got 3 50-point preps. We're not going to talk about the one in Aqueduct because I don't want to. It's a pain-in-the-ass race. So we're going to start a Gulfstream here with the Fountain of Youth, the return of Forte. If you want to catch this one, you can watch us live, react to Forte losing and being all sad about 45 Pacific time, 5:45 Eastern. All kidding aside, we'll start with you, Aaron. I know we all picked Forte. Is he going to lose today? Are we going to finally get that performance we want?
I think we're going to get it. I really think we're going to get the performance you want. Sometimes we get caught up in what's happened last week or the week before, but we've had horses come back as that look good as 2-year-olds that ran really well as 3-year-olds, like Arabian Night, like Instant Coffee. I think the biggest problem with the whole thing so far is we haven't had that good of horses that we're running. We've had horses that's like maybe they're going to be good. Forte is really good as long as he didn't regress. I think we're going to see a really nice performance here. He's capable of running a big buyer, a buyer much bigger than anything that this field is capable of running so far. I don't see anybody in the race that's going to have that level of improvement that's going to be able to beat Forte today. I think he gets it done. I think he's ready to roll. I'm not really worried about it, to be completely honest. I think Forte is going to win, and I don't really think it's going to be that close.
Papa Dude?
I tend to agree. I don't see anything that can beat him. If he's ready, why wouldn't he be? Why? I'm trying to figure out why wouldn't he be ready? Great trainer, great jockey. They know what they're doing. I think he's sitting on a big one, and we need it. We need a star to come out of this. So I just don't see anybody beating him.
Magic?
Yeah, the biggest threat to Forte, I thought, was General Jim, and he scratched because he missed a work earlier in the week. So, you could try and say Mage, but there's too many question marks to me to really feel confident saying, yeah, Forte, he's a legitimate threat to Forte. So, yeah, we're going to make it a sweep.
Mage is a legitimate threat to Forte. I think it's the only horse in the race that could beat him. I think either of them could be superstars. I watched some workouts this morning. I was pretty impressed with what that horse has done. And Castellano's ridden him in the morning every single time as well, which generally tips the hand of whether or not you think a horse is very good. Mage is going to get out to the lead. Forte is going to have to catch him on a short stretch. That's what I think is going to be interesting. I don't hate playing the 4-7 cold if you want to play the exacta cold there. I'm going to be using both of them in my multi-races, though. I think if Forte or Charge It loses, I think it's Forte today. There's the one that goes down. Aaron, cold exacta, who do you like?
Can I bounce back on Mage for a second, though, before we move on? What price do you think Mage is going to be?
That is the issue.
Yeah.
I was hoping for 5 or 6 to 1. With General Jim out, I'm expecting 4 to 1.
That's my problem. He was 11 to 1 to win a 7-furlong weak maiden race on paper. I'm even saying before they ran the race, horrible maiden race at Gulfstream, 11 to 1. He did win and he did look good. All the credit in the world. There's no way in holy ass hell I'm taking him at 4 to 1 in this Fountain of Youth. No, first time going long, first time facing winners. A graded stakes race, the defending 2-year-old champion. There is no way I'm taking him at 4 to 1. If he wins by 20, I don't care. I'm not playing that horse at 4 to 1 today. Period. No way, especially when Blazing Sevens is in the race, who's a graded stakes winner, especially when Rocket Can is in the race, who won the local prep. If they're higher prices than him, it's insanity to take Mage at 4 to 1 today. Insanity.
I agree with you. A win bet is insanity. I mentioned I'm using him in my multi-race bets. The multi-race bets, he will be close to 12 to 1. No, he'll be close to 12 to 1 because of how many tickets will be on Forte. His off odds in the race will be completely different than his off odds in the pick 4s and pick 5s.
That's a fair point. If that is the truth, then that makes more sense. But I don't get it on this one. I just don't. I remember when he broke his maiden, we were all like, Dan, claim him in the league. He's awful. Sure, do it. Like, nobody liked him after the race. And then he gets to this, and we're like, we got to do it. He's the horse to beat. I just don't see it.
The other problem is Blazing 7 sucks. I'm not so sure Rocket Can is good. There is literally nothing else in this race. If Forte is the goods, I like this race isn't great after him.
Mage is one of those. It's not great. I agree.
All right, let's head over to Santa Anita. We'll take on the San Felipe here. National Treasure out. I know the top part of this group was pretty bummed that National Treasure scratched out of this race. Thought he was going to be a pretty good horse here. We'll start out with you, Papa Dude. We never start out with you on the horse racing, but we're putting you on the spot.
I don't want you now because I didn't know he was out. Now
All right, Magic. Who do you like in the San Felipe?
Try to find something else. So let me listen to you guys, and then I'll come up with my pick.
Magic.
I'm gonna roll with Hijazi. He was my top pick before the scratch here. He's gonna be I think he's definitely gonna be the favorite now in the race, probably 2 to 1, something like that. Off the 7 to 2 morning line. The horse, I think, there was always high expectations for him, right? And Baffert was putting him integrated stakes races as a maiden. He's a $3.5 million New York bred son of Bernardini. Those just don't happen. And this is the guy that bought Arabian Night. It had Medina Spirit. So, the connections are there. You're not too worried about it switching from Baffert to the Yak Teen because it's only been a couple of weeks since that happened. Hijazi and the other Yak Teen horses that are got transferred from Baffert, by the way, they're all still in their same stalls in the Baffert barn. Supposedly Yak Teen doesn't have the stall space in his own barn, so they just changed out the webbing. And they're like, all right, now it's Tim Yak Teen's horse. Okay, great. The horse really woke up last time, making his real debut, looked very good against the maidens. You have to worry about him coming off of Lasix, but it's with these connections, I'm not that worried. So I'm going to go with Hijazi.
Yeah, I have heard more and more about how good Hijazi looks as a 3-year-old compared to what he looked like as a 2-year-old. The closer this race has gotten, he's working like a freaking monster. He made Laurel River look like a claimer the other day. I didn't want to take this horse. I had National Treasure on top. I was going to stick with National Treasure if he stayed in the race. But I'm going to move to Hijazi here with National Treasure out. So I'll take Hijazi on top. Don't sleep on Skinner. The only real closer in this race, and of course, it's been able to come from off the pace in a race that has quite a bit of it. Obviously, Santa Anita doesn't always play toward closers, so that's a little bit of a concern. But I do think Skinner has a legit shot here at 5-1. Aaron, who do you like?
Honest to God, it's going to depend on the odds. I really am very curious to see how this race is going to be bet. We talked about it off air before I got on here. I'll say it now on air. I loved National Treasure in the spot today. I was going to hammer that horse. When he scratched, he got a lot of shit you don't know. What's Go Rocket Ride going to do around 2 turns for the first time? It's same as Mage. What's he going to do? You just don't know. I'm not real interested in taking him at a short price. I'm not 100% sure he will be a short price because of what you guys said with Hijazi. I think he's going to take a lot of action. He's proven a little bit more, but still he's lost some races. He hasn't really looked good around 2 turns. So you don't know about him. Skinner, I mean, he sucked. Then he was really, really good. If he's really, really good again, he could win. It's just going to be who doesn't take the money out of like Skinner, Practical Move, Hijazi, Go Rocket Ride, maybe even throw Fort Bragg in there. Those are the 5 I'm looking at. Who's kind of getting ignored? Who can I get the best value on? That's where I'm going. I went from really loving a horse to not. I'm really excited for the race, but not having a strong opinion on it.
Yeah, this became a spread race pretty quickly for me. Mr. Fisk, I'd throw on that list as well. I think Mr. Fisk's a little bit interesting all the way on the outside at 15-1. Papa Dude, you've now heard it from everyone else. Who you got?
Well, first of all, I found my notes, and I had to get the name of the second horse here. See, I just wrote down National Treasure and then numbers. I'm with Magic. I like the 7. I got to pick a Baffert horse. No, I know Baffert is not trained in the horse. Yes, he is. So I've got to go with a Baffert horse. I think the 7 is logical. I'll go with Practical Move second. And I like the number 8. But Aaron, if you don't like that maiden in one race, you can't like him in the other, right?
Sort of. After that race, though, with Go Rocket Ride, everybody was like, wow, he's a really good horse. Wow, this is a good prospect. It's a really good trainer. It's a really good jockey. None of those things are true with Mage. None of them.
That's true.
Shots fired, man.
They're not. Nobody cares about these people as trainers or jockeys.
That was pretty good.
Well, Go Rocket Ride won by 5 lengths. That's pretty good.
That's the thing. He got a better figure. Like he had. I'm with you though. If he's 2-1,
Mage is a very attractive
1,
horse. Don't knock his figure.
Huh?
Mage is a very attractive horse. Don't go knocking his figure.
Right.
He looks a lot like Good Magic. He's got that nice curling coat. Yeah.
Okay. Listen. Generally speaking, what he said is not wrong. The same concerns are there for Go Rocket Ride today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the field is tougher for Go Rocket Ride as well. If Forte doesn't fire, that race is wide open. I think there are 4 or 5 horses that could run big at Santa Anita, where I think it's really just 1 or 2 at Gulfstream.
That's the problem, right? It's not. I wouldn't. It's hard to say it's tougher because the best horse is probably at Gulfstream, but the body of the field has more potential for a horse to run really, really well. I agree.
And we will be live right back here on this channel for both of these preps, as well as a prep from Aqueduct Magic. What time are we going live today?
We're going to be live 1:30 to 1:30 to 3 Pacific. So that's 4:30 to 6 Eastern. But yeah, we're going to be covering the Gotham Stakes, the Devonadale Stakes, Fountain View Stakes, San Felipe Stakes. Might even throw in the Buena Vista Santa Anita if we've got time in there. So all that coverage will be happening right here. We'll be reacting to it live. The chat is so much fun. It's why we keep doing these, because it's like hanging out with a bunch of friends and we talk about who we like. And I remember being live for the Pegasus World Cup, and there were a couple people picking Art Collector, and Aaron and I were like, not for us. Art Collector won. We'll put them all up on the chat and really celebrate it with them. So come join the fun.
It'll be a fun part of it as well, because we'll actually know the prices for the horses on the off odds as well, which hopefully can help us talk through that process. All right, let's go to the best bets of the day. I'll kick this thing off by fading the St. Louis Blues. Give me the Kings, minus -1.5, plus 125 tonight. The Blues got a win against San Jose. Somehow scored like 4 goals in the second period. No idea where that came from. Not going to happen tonight. The Kings are very good at home. Blues are very bad on the road. Blues are the worst team in the NHL when they pull their goalie. Found that out when I was doing some research yesterday, giving up 18 empty net goals. Don't mind the lay in the 1.5 here. Give me the Kings plus 125. Papa Dude, give us your play.
I'd like to know, too, on empty net goals, how quick the other team scores the empty net goal after we pull the goalie.
It's not
I
long.
guarantee you they lead the league in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I love that bet. Wish I'd have had time to dive into that one. I'm going to go to the ACC, where we have a pretty good team. Pittsburgh going on the road, getting 7.5 at Miami. Miami is good too. They're both solid, fighting for first place in the ACC. I think that's too many points. I think Miami's going to win, but that's too many. I think this is going to be close. I really like that one. And the one I really like to, just was a chicken to bet it. I said I would take whoever Alabama plays today after that comeback. They're on the road against Texas A&M. That's a good team. I don't see any way in hell Alabama can be ready tonight. Guys, sprinkle some money on that one because I'm a chicken to do it.
All right, Magic, who you got?
Oh, man, Scotland. I got Scotland. Oh, wait, sorry. We're not talking about Gulfstream. That was a good ride there, but a couple of good first-time stars at Gulfstream just now in race 4. Avalanche Stars. Aaron, I'll let you talk about this too because I know how much you like the Avalanche, but their defense is just really locked in lately. They've won 6 of their last 7 games. Alexander Georgiev is looking. If it wasn't for Linus Ullmark, we'd probably be talking about Georgiev as a Vezina contender the way he's been playing lately here. 6-0-1 in his last 7 starts, a 940 save percentage, 2 goals against average. Like I said, they're just really locking down the defense there. You might want to play the under. I'm not sure. I think it was 6, but I really like the Avs here. Aaron, did I miss anything?
Nope. You got it. Stole my bet. Yep, I like the Avs as well. The Avs on a weekend, man. You can't lose. Trust me on that one, man. Yeah. No, listen, it's gonna be a great game tonight. I think they're better than the Stars. We've covered it. So we've covered it on the show all week almost. I feel like I think the Avalanche get it done tonight. I'm with Magic on that one.
All right, Aaron, best bet.
Well, first of all, Papa Dude, Alabama is down 11 currently. So
that's right. I forgot that game started at 11. That's why I forgot. That's why I didn't pick it because I couldn't.
22-11, so it was a good thought. We should open up the show with that, I guess. But
yeah.
Listen, speaking of early games, they're getting ready to start right now. Tampa and Buffalo, they're getting ready to drop the puck today up in Buffalo. Over 6.5 goals for me tonight, or today, I should say, for this Tampa-Buffalo game. Tampa, we talked about them. They're really rounded into form. They're really playing well right now. I really like their team. Buffalo, man, they don't play a lot of defense, but boy, they can put the puck in the net. As long as Valesky doesn't go crazy in Golden Eye today for Tampa, I think Buffalo gets a 2 or 3, but I think Tampa ends up winning it. I'm looking at like a 5-3 type of game. Give me that over 6.5 with Tampa and Buffalo.
Yeah, both these teams like to put the puck in the net, like the Avs as well. Papa, I'm a little worried about Pittsburgh. Miami's a pretty good team down there. We'll see what happens in that one, though. I like the fact that we're catching 7.5. All right, let's take a look at the best bets. Call it a day here. Aaron taking Tampa Buffalo over 6.5. Papa Dude Pittsburgh plus 7.5. I'll take the Kings minus goal and a half plus 125. Magic taking the Avs minus 110. Brutal 0-4 day yesterday. Got to get it back here. Up $162 for the year. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Best bets around the horse and sports racing world. And make sure you check out Dudes Who Bet, or what is this? Racing News Live. There we go. For all 3 of the major preps this afternoon. Good luck every day. Good luck today with all your bets.